Alrighty, you are back. This is the At Your Request show. It is your Friday, Friday morning, nearly lunchtime. And on the phone, I have Mr. Tom Piper. Are you there, sir?
Hey mate, how you doing?
Yeah, buddy, I am not bad. Now, I want to give you a bit of an introduction just before we start this interview so the people know who I am talking to. Tom Piper is one of the most exciting and diverse people in the Sydney dance scene right now, riding on the success of remixes and collaborations for the likes of Dizzee Rascal, Micky Slim, Sidney Samson, Bass Kleph, and more. Right now, Tom is on top of the world. Tom Piper, how is Sydney treating you today? I realise I've just woken you up.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still getting on my head together, but yeah, I'm just waking up. Sydney's treating me wonderful at the moment. I'm not sure if you can say that I'm on top of the world, but everything's all right.
You're doing pretty well, I must say. From outside looking in, you're doing really well.
Yeah, everything's cool at the moment, but yeah.
So you DJ, you produce.
I can get more proper. Pardon, sorry.
So you DJ, you produce, and you also run a label. Now, being that you are a very busy man, please paint a picture for us. What happens in a week in the life of Tom Piper? What do you get up to?
At the moment, I spend a lot of my time in the studio. And I suppose most of the time of the week is spent in restaurants in the studio. So I should probably spend more time exercising and probably get more of a social life. But it's working well with work at the moment. So I sort of Monday get up, do emails, go in, work on music, go dinner with some friends, look at more music, fall asleep, repeat, do gigs on the weekends. But yeah, it's good.
It sounds like quite the lifestyle. Now, what is the label that you're running at the moment?
Well, we actually have 3 labels working now, and they're all sort of like in a little bit of different. So everyone listening, please excuse my slurriness, and I sound a bit like I'm dopey, but I'm not really. I'm fully up, just working up. So we have 3 labels. So there's Bam Music, No Frills, and Bakehouse. Yep. And they're all in a little bit of a different tip, but they're all sort of in the dance market, and yeah, so they're all going really well. Like Bam Music, we've been running for maybe just coming up to 3 years now, and No Frills and Bakehouse are both a lot newer, but they're both doing they're all doing really well in the different areas in dance music, which is really good for us at the moment. Like really good for all the artists involved in the labels, and really good for me, obviously, owning the labels, and everything's going really cool.
So with Bam Music, probably the most notable track that most people in New Zealand would know is the Noise, or Noise. Is it fair to say that was the big one on Bam Bam?
No, probably that's the most recent big one, but the biggest one was probably the first release even a couple of years ago, which was called Point and Clap.
Yep.
So I don't know if that had much impact in New Zealand, but that was pretty big over here in Australia, and that got really licensed to like Italy, Japan, America. It was a really big song. That was 2007, so it was a while ago now. But Noise is definitely done pretty well. I suppose in New Zealand, having Daniel Farley on the remix as well would have made that one a bit more notable there, and I suppose I've got a bit more of a name than I did 3 years ago too, so it's sort of, the track has a bit more impact on that kind of tip as well. But that track's doing really well overseas now. Like, Australia and New Zealand obviously heard that song like 8 months ago now, but like, you know, it's only just now getting played like on Radio 1 over in the UK, which is 8 months after, and like the UK deal's happening now and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty funny because, you guys and us here in Sydney and Australia heard that track 8 months ago. I wrote that track a year ago, and only now it's sort of happening overseas, which is pretty weird. But yeah.
Now, I was having a nosy around your Facebook. Now, you often refer to your own DJ sets and your music production as the freshness. Now, for everyone on Up FM, can you define exactly what the freshness is?
I don't know. I'm a little bit cracked in the head and often go on repeatedly about things, and I suppose at the moment I say the word fresh a lot. and I don't know, you can sort of use your imagination, put two and two together, what you might expect like fresh sounds are or whatever, and I don't know, it's sort of something that's just stuck at the moment, and it seems to have it's become my thing without me making it my thing.
So it's not genre specific?
No, it's not genre. It's not genre specific now. But like, you can use freshness in anything. It doesn't have to be music. Like, it could be. It's just a sort of an adjective meaning something that's good. but yeah, it's a thing that yeah. I mean, obviously it has many meanings to many different people. But yeah, it's good. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, Fresh is used quite a lot, and I don't think I've used it enough in this radio interview. So from now on, I'll start saying Fresh a bit more often. So
excellent. We'll fill that interview quota for you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've got to get 100 Freshes at least every 10 minutes, or my manager starts getting the shit to me, so we'll better start getting fresh right now.
Excellent. Now, in the last couple of years, you've been steadily working your way through the Australian who's who of producers to work with. Everyone from Tommy Trash, Ryan Ryback, and of course your recent release with Blaze Trip as well. Who across any musical style would you most want to work with in Australia?
In Australia,
Could be anyone.
Well, right at the moment, I'm putting together an artist album, and it's like, it's a bit different to all the club stuff I've done, and it's more like, think like dubstep meets rock meets pop meets the club stuff I do, and I'm like hitting up artists that you would not expect to go on, whatever, and I've just sort of hit up a guy from a band called Regurgitator, which I listened to when I was like 15 and stuff like that. And so that'd be wicked if I could get him on one of the songs. So that'd be someone. His name's Quan Newman, and he was from Regurgitator. And I'm dealing with a lot of other people like that sort of on that sort of tip, but from over here, and some guys in New Zealand and some people over in the UK and America. But I suppose that could be the answer to that question for one from Regurgitator. There you go.
So speaking about New Zealand, as you just said, you've got several connections to us here in little old New Zealand at the moment. You've remixed P Money's latest single called Say Yeah, and you mentioned Daniel Farley as well. Now, that's a bit of a collaboration, the Bakehouse Records. Can you tell us a little bit about that, how it came about, and how you got that crazy man Daniel Farley on board?
Okay, cool. So let me quickly just jump in and first of all say a big shout out to Severe and to Dan Ox as well, who also my very close ties and friends in New Zealand.
Yep.
And there's other guys too, everyone who are, especially Josh, that's on the promo list. But moving forward, Bakehouse. So Daniel was over in New Zealand, Australia, over here in Sydney playing some gigs, and to cut long story short, everyone knew Daniel was doing stuff over in New Zealand, and I was doing stuff here. So someone put us in contact together, and we sort of just hang out for a couple of days, worked on some music, and got talking. Like, obviously I was doing some label stuff already, and Daniel was saying he wanted to get into that, and I'm like, well, shit, can we throw on air? I'll try to say fresh every time.
Just say fresh. Yeah, get your quota in.
We were just like, fresh. We should work on a label together. So we started to work on some fresh music together, and then put down some fresh ideas for like the fresh label, and Firstly, we sort of had the major fresh plan for the label at this fresh pizza joint in Piedmont in the studio, and we freshly wrote down all these ideas, and I'll stop saying fresh now, because that's sort of like overusing it. I wasn't really sort of using it properly, but because it's got to come more natural. But so we both had the ideas. I wanted to do a new label in a different sort of style of music because I've got the other two things covered. Daniel was really wanting to get into some stuff, and I'm like, why don't we get this happening? Because there's no reason why we shouldn't. We're both out on the scenes, and there's room for the label on my end, there's room for the label on Daniel's end, and before you knew it, we were happening, and we'd done the first release, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up ready to come through now from guys from here and over in New Zealand as well. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I mean, the response we've had on the first release and the sort of launch of the label has been better than the last previous labels. I suppose it's due to a trial and error thing. So we both knew the perfect way to launch the label and what needed to be done, and we've got the attention of the entire dance world. From your who's who of dance music people, now know about Bakehouse and about Daniel and myself. So it's wicked.
And of course, the first release was Airbag, which was Tom Piper, obviously, and Daniel Farley, and now that has a killer remix from Riva Starr on it as well. Has that been the one? Has that been the mix that everyone's been playing, or?
Surprisingly not. We were blown away when we found out that we could get the mix from Riva Starr, because obviously, especially the last 6 months, he's probably
huge,
the most hype about in the world. Literally, he's probably one of the most, he would have been the guy with the most hype around him. Him, Afrojack, and Laidback Luke, and a couple of other names have all been the dudes that, not necessarily just here in Australia and New Zealand, but, internationally have had the most hype about him. So when we found out, that was wow, that's fucking sick. That's freshly sick.
Yep.
And that would have, that was wow, okay, we need this for the label. Anyway, so we got the mix from Riva, and it was crazy, and our mix was really nice, and we got a mix from him, obviously, the other Australian, Danny T, who's just been over in New Zealand the last 2 weeks as well, I think. Played down at B Club, and for the Talk Nights, so everyone involved in that stuff. And so he did mix too, and because obviously I see all the reactions and everything, but all the mixes have been widely what's the word? Accepted? No, received? No.
Fresh.
Wanted, liked. All the mixes, everyone's over them. We thought the Riva Starr would stand out like
Dog's balls
and donkey.
Yep.
Dog's balls.
Yep.
But yeah, everything's really come through nicely, and Danny's mix has been a lot better for sort of clubbier floors, because our mix, the original, is a lot more sort of held back. You couldn't really play in the middle of the night with everyone sort of, freshly going up from the dance floor. But yeah, so the Riva Starr mix was definitely up there, but it wasn't, massive standout. But I think having that mix with the label, which was our plan as well, has really made everyone stand up and take note of the label, and then has allowed the original and Danny's mix to sort of get everyone's ear, because the Riva Starr mix was sitting alongside them. If that makes any sense.
It does. So what's next for Mr. Tom Piper?
What is next? So I'm going to work on that album I was telling you about.
Yep.
And I think the thing you guys are going to hear at Most in New Zealand is a track with in Severe that I'm working on. For the New Zealand single, but there's going to be some other really big tracks, but that's sort of going to be a push there, and it's it's a dubstep, hip-hop, grime sort of tune. And you're working with Nom de Strip at the moment, literally this week? Yeah, we came out of the studio last night, which is why I'm a little bit tired. I usually would be up. It's probably getting up about now. It's only 9 o'clock here in Sydney, by the way, everyone. It's not midday or whatever. Coming into midday. Yep. Yeah, so it's still pretty early in the morning here, but I was up till late, so working with Nom de Strip, who's half of Super Fresh.
Yep.
He was half of Super Fresh before they sort of having a break. And he's, by the way, playing New Zealand on the weekend.
That's right.
He's from the UK, so we've worked on a few things before, and now we're just working on 2 new tunes that we've just finished the last couple of days, and then when he comes back from New Zealand, we'll be jumping back in the studio and finishing other 2. So yeah, this track we did last night called Spacid is absolutely so spastically fresh. It's not funny. It's called Spacid because it's like spastic acid.
Yep.
And it's a big tune, and it really stands out because it's so different. So it's really cool. So there's that. Then coming up, there's some stuff with Micky Slim, some stuff with Destroy Disco, some stuff with Jonathan Hernandez, a couple of other original things I've done. What else? There's always little stuff I'm missing things. There's a heap of remixes coming up as well. Like there's one from Laidback, Luke Sable and Mix Mash, a track called Keys. And I like, without talking myself up, the remix I've done is absolutely spastic, and it has a laser step breakdown, and it's seriously, it's retarded. So, and I've just got an email this morning saying that was approved. So that's coming. There's a remix for Ministry here, which is Scratchy coming, which is really good too, and covers a little bits and bobs. But yeah, I'm just going to keep up the pressure on the studio front, and then work on the artist album. So it's sort of musically, that's what's coming. Apart from that, I need to sort of start exercising and running more, so that'll be coming up as well, and that's all I've got planned for the future.
And any plans to return to New Zealand, just quickly?
Yeah, we keep on speaking about doing it and then never keep doing it, but I'm sure sooner or later I'll be over there. Within the next 6 months, 100%, I just have to lock something in a bit more family with everyone. I've literally been gone to finish the tour here in Australia, and I'm sort of in and out of Sydney every week, and like, the next month, I was actually sitting down with my manager the other day, and I'm not back in Sydney till the 6th of, what's next month? Is it called May? Yeah.
It is. May. It's New Zealand Music Month. May in New Zealand?
Pardon?
It's New Zealand Music Month. The whole month of May over here. Next month.
Oh, wicked. So well, yeah, I'll return. I'm not back in Sydney until the 6th of May after next week, so I need to find some time to get over it and spend some quality time in the music month of May in New Zealand.
All right, and quickly, before you go, I've got a series of really quick-fire Up FM questions for you. Pretty much one or two word answers. If Tom Piper had his own flavour of Mentos, being that you are the fresh maker, what would that flavour be? I have no idea, but I'm going to say I like beetroot and avocado sandwiches, so let's go with beetroot and avocado Mentos. Okay, Pac-Man or Space Invaders?
Pac-Man, but I like that.
Your favourite Tom Piper production to date?
That I've done?
Yep, that you've done.
That Keys remix, the Laidback with Mix Mash. Yeah.
Who, apart from yourself, of course, who is the hottest person in dance music right now?
Nondescript. I don't know. He's going to blow up, but there's a lot of people I could mention. But Danny T and Daniel Farley and Dan Ox and everyone in New Zealand are going to do really well too. But I'll say Nondescript because I know what he's got coming up. I've heard everything. So.
And finally, for the listeners who may not have heard about you or heard the name Tom Piper, where on the internet can they find out about you?
Oh yeah, look, I'm like super online. Like I do live broadcasts from the studio all the time. So if people want to keep in contact with me, I'm on Facebook, Tom Piper. I just search that, and then also Twitter. So twitter.com for Tom Piper Fresh, TOMPIPERFRESH, and also obviously MySpace and now SoundCloud too. So it's soundcloud.com/Tom Piper. But if anyone wants to get any of the above, jump online to www.djtompiper.com and all the links to everything are there. And feel free to add me on across all those social networking. And I don't bite. I talk a lot of crap all the time. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll keep you amused. I'll annoy you. but you'll hate and you'll love me, so do it. It's good fun.
There you have it. Tom Piper, it was absolutely, I think the best word to say is fresh having you on the line here today, and we well and truly look forward to some of those big tunes that you've just been talking about. That's it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Hopefully you can go back to sleep.
Oh no, I got to get up. I'm on the Kelly Clarkson tour with one of my friends who's doing the support act, and I'm doing the music directing for them. So I've got to get up and make sure that's working.
Busy day, busy boy.
Time to get up, I think. And good afternoon, maybe, or good morning still to everyone there in New Zealand. And stop talking shit about Sydney and Australia, because we don't talk shit about you.
There you have it. Tom Piper, enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend.
Alright, see you guys. Thanks a lot.
Take it easy. There you go. That was Tom Piper, all the way from Sydney, Australia. In the background, you've been listening to nothing but Tom Piper tunes. Going to leave you today with Tom Piper and Ryan Ryback. One of the newer ones out on Vinyl Pusher Records out of Australia. It's called The Fuzz. Rocksmith Radio up in a sec.